YouTube travels in different time.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome everybody to BeoTalk number 347.
Yay!
Screen share. Oh, it's still different. We're still on.
Am I muted or am I good?
No,
Everything's
I think you're
one,
good.
two, 1, 2.
Uh,
People talking, nobody talking.
for some reason you are muted on the other side, and I don't understand why. Should be good now.
Right on.
Sweet. Weird.
That was weird.
OBS is always strange.
We're still pioneering the new. There we go.
Yeah, go buy some stuff at the Greener Studio. Get 10% off every item with the promo code. It's also in the description for once, because I paid attention because I keep on forgetting about it. Like, buy some covers for your 8s. Go to Skinny Play, buy some covers for your A9. Promo code is also in the description and now in the chat. Come join our Discord if you haven't yet already. Good place to be.
A lot of knowledge to be shared.
Yeah. And oh yeah, we're also on Twitch still, but nobody cares. It's more of a backup if YouTube messes up again.
It's funny.
Yeah. How have you been?
Not bad. Not bad at all. Same old story. Doing some service calls and running around with my fires, I guess. But nothing new, man. Same old B&O grind. There's I guess the new headphones came out. We don't have them yet.
The Charles Leclerc one.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the color, man. It looks like Steve was very on point with it. That it looks like the original protective plastic on it's the same color, man.
Yeah,
so,
I don't really get the color. Is this his color? Because it's definitely not really a Ferrari color. So, like, what's going on?
That, and also, like, if they're gonna be special edition, like, wouldn't you even do maybe that magnetic part of the band, make it the same color to match with the fabric, since they have all these fabrics now that match each other as an Atelier, I guess, right?
I mean, they're also inordinately expensive.
Because other than that glass, there's really nothing different. They're not gonna sound any better or worse.
No.
So,
I mean, they're $2,200, so they're probably the same in Europe.
Yeah, no, that's I would still go for the black one, just because this starts to discolor over time, and now I'm looking at like replacing it. As far as the band is concerned, doesn't matter. Like, the oil is in your hair over time.
I guess it depends on how much product you use.
I don't use any, but it doesn't matter. It's weird. Maybe it's
Wait, how does yours not color more gray if you get a black one?
I'm like, gray. It should be grayer, but it's not. It's funny. But yeah, I don't know about those. I guess they're fine, but for 22 hundos, I would go with the regular black.
Because it's almost a $400 difference for just the color.
And there's not many people that wear these H100s out in the open. I don't think that I've seen. Like, it's a headphone for in the house. Because if you spend that much on a pair of headphones, like, you don't carry that around somewhere and get caught in the rain or some shit, which ruin your leather. Because all the crap that drips off the trees, like that water's not clean. You know what I mean? Like, that'll stain, and especially this. So I would never wear headphones like this outside at all. Well, that's just me, right?
I have them. I don't wear them outside. No way.
Right.
I mean, maybe we're just too poor to like not care about $2,200, right?
I don't know. I guess maybe you're right, because I don't remember ever being careless about my stuff. but that's a little bit of a steeper climb, in my opinion. So, and it's maybe, I don't know if the color of the leather is different than the default
If it is, it's
gray,
minimal.
and all you get is the logo. Woohoo. Not too impressed. I just hope they come up with something decent for the 100th anniversary, man, because we're getting close.
I
They're
mean,
either keeping it hushed down pretty good, or
they are very limited in the sense that there's 216 of these.
mhm.
Oh, Kabir
There's
says he works. I wear my H100s every day, daily drive, walk to from work with them. I use them 1 hour walk outside every day. Too expensive not to use them. Well, I guess you're like rolling in that dough, man.
But you know what? We probably don't wear it when it's raining. I don't think, or maybe you have an umbrella always with you. I don't know. That's the only thing I would be worried, because I don't care about the IP rating. Like if the water and shit gets in between those the volume wheels, at some point you will, you know, have something go down.
Maybe he went to bramdelradio.dk and bought one of these B&O umbrellas.
There you go.
Yeah.
I still have one, but I need to fix it now.
I mean, they're nice enough, but for like these
Mhm.
sorts of prices, like holy moly.
But I guess everything's gonna go up again, right? At least in the North American side. Maybe on the US side, I don't know about Canada, because I guess there's a different nonsense going on with the trade.
Yeah, I don't think this is announced yet, and I'm not sure they're announcing it as such.
Mm.
It'll be just like ta-da. As per
Welcome.
usual. Yeah. I mean, you can tell when they kind of don't want people to purchase it, right? Because because they don't let you know.
Yeah, and then it's boom.
Because last time everybody knew, and everybody was like, "Ooh, let's get a quick purchase in." But so far, let's see.
Just a fan of.
Do I have a list somewhere? It seems like the BeoConnect Core on the 1st of next month. This is for the US, right? So I don't know if this is worldwide, and I'm not even 100% sure it is the 1st of either next month or the month after. And they may change their mind because they haven't yet said anything. But it seems like the BeoConnect Core is going to go up 8%. The H100
for North America.
Yes, but and this is where it comes in weirdly, right? Like the last time they went on about we do global pricing.
Mm-hmm.
So like, wait, that's already out the window. Like less than a month later, like we don't do global pricing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So the H100s will be literally $2,200. They'll be up 19%. I'll just go.
Wow.
The Balance 11%, Emerge 43% up.
Fudge.
The Level 15%. The A1 3rd Gen that just launched 14%. Explore 20%, BeoPlay 11, 20%. The A9 will be up by like an average of 7% or so. BeoSound 2, 8%. A5, 6%. The 8s will be up by like an average of 5 to 8% or so.
Fudge.
The 18s will be up 14%. The 28s will be up 23%. The BLAB 50s will be up 16%. The 90s will be up 15%.
Fudge.
The Theater will be up 23%.
Wow.
The stage will be up 26%, contour 10 for 48, and 9% for 55.
Basically the same, but not.
So, again, I don't know if this is global or just US. This could very well be just North America, right? Because of the tariffs and whatnot. But that kind of proves the point that, like, we do global pricing is not really true.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, North America. So we're gonna get hit pretty good with it.
Yeah, so BLF 90s, I think, will be something like $203,000 ex sales tax.
US.
Yes.
Fuck. Like the black, like the just basic bitch.
Yeah.
God.
So,
The theater will be 25K soon. Most LDSs, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, man. It was a good investment, worth suffering with the software in the beginning. I tell you that, because it never loses value really if you want to resell it.
I've heard this now from 2 different people, right? So this is the only reason why I'm willing to say anything about it, because I have 2 independent sources for everything whenever I say anything public.
And it's not me. I'm just saying.
No, I know it's not you. It's like you don't know either of these people.
No.
And then somebody that works at the store also semi-confirmed it. So it's actually 3 sources, really. I mean, it's a store in the US, I must add. So, I mean, this is the sort of overview, but like the BeoPlay 11 will be like $600 or something like that.
That's a lot for earbuds, but they still sound great. Don't get me wrong. They're
I
the
agree,
EXs are the
right?
best ones, but
for $600, like that's like 3 sets of AirPod Pros almost.
yeah, but those scan your brainwaves and shit nowadays. Remember? Or what
Sure,
else?
but more
What
so
else?
like you can literally lose 2 pair and still roughly be on the same price, right?
Yeah, but I think BNO ones give you less cancer. Just saying, they give you less cancer. They don't have as much capability.
So
But
yeah, I mean,
just a theory, guys. Just a theory. Should I go get myself a tinfoil hat?
probably, and put the earbuds over the tinfoil.
It hurts my ears.
But yeah, I mean, the core I sort of understand, right? The BeoConnect core, because that, I mean, it's not so bad. Also, it's not as hugely expensive as all the rest yet. So, like, if it goes up 8%, it's like
They should introduce the freaking DPL in it for sure. In my opinion,
I did not forget to mention the Emerge, that it's up 43%. At this point, I don't see why you keep on making it, right? Because an Emerge is not a $1,500 device by any means.
no. Maybe that's why they're retaining the wood one, because that's what simulates the prestige on it or in it, right?
Yeah,
because
but even so, like, are you going to pay $1,500 USD for that?
No, not anymore. That's like even back when it was what it was when I bought it, I struggled with the fact, but I just needed something that is thinner than the M3 in my bathroom.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that served the purpose, which also in the bathroom, which was what? Piss all by fuck all in dimension, it sounded great. But now, like, I have it in the foyer, like, it sounds good for the spoken word radio or whatever in the morning when I leave, because it only literally plays for 300 seconds every time I press the goodbye button, and that's all it gets. So Yeah, I don't know if you want to make it that different, which I don't think you can, because if you put aluminium over top of it, then you kill the Wi-Fi in it, right? You would
Yes.
have to have that product hardwired at the point. So, is anyone able to get past the moment setup step for Portal?
Wait, you
I'm
mean
not sure I understand
attaching
what you're
your
saying.
headphones to the moment? Is that what you mean?
You can't do that. You can only play attach players to the moment, so like phones and such. It doesn't distribute. It doesn't push Bluetooth out. Like you can't even pair a Bio Remote One Bluetooth to it.
Huh. Yeah, so I don't understand the question,
Neither do I, but based on I guess just the logic of what I think you're trying to connect them to the, yeah, it's not gonna work.
Did the Halo ever go up since its release? Don't think so. It
I
absolutely
don't think
did.
so.
It's $950 now, or euro.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry, Bio Portal. So, asking to connect to Bio. Yeah, mine connects just fine.
Yeah.
My tune-in works. It can.
Maybe reset the jukebox by pressing a pin inside where the what's it called? The charging ports are, like you did too.
Yeah.
Remember? That would probably the next step after connecting to sound. I would just reboot the sound hard, man. Like literally by or the jukebox, sorry. By pressing the pin, there's a little hole by those on that white charging dock. Mikey's got the moment. I actually got a moment too, but his is closer.
So it's on the top side. It's
So
that.
hold it for about 10-15 seconds till you see the screen power off. Then you put it back on the
Yeah.
jukebox and it'll go tick.
It works just
And
fine.
hmm yeah, the only thing that sucks that the batteries swell up and fuck up the display if you don't change them quick enough, which
Still
I had
fine.
happened. Yeah, no, I changed mine because of it.
I took a massive gamble on mine. I bought it at an auction.
Maybe the battery was serviced already.
Yeah, because I think it came from a dealership that went upside down, or they quit, or they didn't pay their bills, or whatever. And I think
Hmm.
I got my moment for like, excluding the auction costs, for like $235 or something.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah,
I bought the moment for the actual money back then, and the SDB bracket stand for, well, I was with B&O, so actual my cost money, right? Which was still, I paid way more than that for that.
I mean, including auction cost, I think I paid €325 for it.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it was more like, let's see what happens, right? Like,
Hmm.
it looked all right. It didn't look swollen.
The door's gonna slam into it too. Got the windows open. I gotta close this shit.
So,
I think the rain is coming.
Jasper said, "Why don't you guys ever consider an Eclipse for the bedroom TV whenever you guys talk about TV for the bedroom?"
I don't got nothing against it.
Because they don't make them anymore, mostly.
Yeah, and depends. It's funny that you are still likely to find more parts for the Avant, either new or old generation, than you are having any luck finding a C10 panel, I think it was, for the first generation Eclipse. There is no fucking way you can ever find one anywhere on eBay. Maybe in Europe there's more, but that's it. But Eclipse was, in my opinion, an experiment at the cost of all of us that love B&O to figure out if they can actually get in bed with LG, which then finalize the products that we have. I have behind me, and so on and so forth, where it's
Uh,
going. But that was the first product that they tried to do it with on the basis of having the software embedded from the factory. Like if you power up the display, it shows B&O screen on it, like Bang and Olufsen logo. So that was the only thing where now they finally they've realized that it's easier and cheaper, more or less, I think, to develop an app that just integrates to our app as a B&O environment, and you set shit up from there, which was the second step from Eclipse to Theater, or third step, I guess, because the second step was the Harmony, right, which had an app, but you still did most of the stuff on the display. Where now we have completely moved away from remote control setup and configuration, which the only benefit that now I've been doing this for like 2 years, I guess, since the Mozart happened, to actual video engines. I would say the only disadvantage to do it on the screen versus the app, if you're familiar with the browsing if you're familiar with the browsing through the menus, is you have to go through each source into and down and then remove it from the list of the Bio Remote one. Where in the app you can just drag and drop them to hide from menu or hide from list, right? On the Bio Remote one. But that's about like the only benefit, I guess. So it all works the same. All the settings are exactly the same in there. But Eclipse, I don't know. I've had my time with it. I was way too early with it because it didn't work with anything.
The my buttons didn't even work.
The my buttons didn't work. You came home like it for some crazy reason. I was able to get, after enough bitching, a software that would work with the BeoLink gateway, because the BLI, I don't think it was even around at the point yet. It was just coming out. And then I love the picture of it. It was fucking amazing, because I've never, like, going back or to an Avant per se, like, to compare, it was unbelievable difference. But it's I didn't like the way the menus work, because like I said, it was a transitional TV and all the menus were pink and shit and weird and bubbly and whatever, and digits were all messed up looking. It wasn't a B&O font per se. It wasn't a B&O presentation within the environment of itself. But it was a good TV. The sound center is still good. You can still mash it with any other, I think, LG screen and put an app on it.
You can technically match it with any screen. A friend of mine recently found out, because you can access the whole menu of the Mark 1 over the web address. Yes, it won't be as integrated, but it'll work, because if you... God, I forget the web address, because you can get to the firmware and like you can do all the sources and all the distances, and I think he uses it with a PC screen and it's still functional.
I've seen that on Discord, right? Those pictures about that.
Well, this is just a new STB solution for the Mark 1 Eclipse, which is a good thing.
Oh, so they 3D printed parts to cover up the cutouts.
Yeah. And they made a
Very
new bracket
smart,
so that you can put a C2, C3, C4, C5 on the Mark 1.
That's a very, very good idea. That's a lifesaver for those sound centers, man.
Yeah, because
that's an absolute lifesaver.
That goes.
Exactly. There's nothing ever wrong. Like, the only time that I had seen that was ever wrong with any of these Eclipse High was power supply. I've changed one.
I was so early, I had HDMI issues that were like recalled.
I had one of those, and I had one where the stand died, which is connected to the main board, and that was still, that was my TV actually, that I had to change that, and after that I got so mad at it, I just sold the thing and bought the Avant back.
Because I still have the board here. I showed it like a few weeks ago.
Is it working board? Everything works, or just the stand is fucked on it?
No, the stand is fine. There was just the HDMI recall where, like, I don't think it fully did 4K 60 pass through or something like that, so they recalled it and put in a new board. So, I mean, it works.
But yeah, that's a reasonable price, going from STB for £440 to, like, save your sound center for another 5-10 years at least.
Yeah. I mean,
because it's more or less is it like an ASC platform or pre-ASC platform? I guess those. I think it was ASC already.
Yeah.
Inside the Eclipse, it was just the Avant.
I mean,
old generation and so on.
look, it was a very nice TV. I very much liked mine. It was just at the time the Harmony was nicer, so I went for a Harmony.
Well, Harmony definitely obliterated the Eclipse in every regard, other than having it wall mounted per se in the bedroom or anywhere else where you have to wall mount a TV.
Yeah.
It's a good solution for it because it's very, very flat against the wall. It's definitely less chubby than the theater on the wall.
I mean, well, the original idea as this was sold was, right, like that the screen was going to be infinitely replaceable, and then it turned out
Yes.
not to be the case.
Oops.
And it kind of is with the Mark III, but not really with the Mark II. And the Mark I, like, not at all, essentially, until STB came to the rescue. But this is what, 5 years late? Because when did
I think there's still a need for it because there's still people that have those.
Oh, if there's nothing wrong with your TV or your screen, right? Like, why would you replace it?
Some of them have this coloring. I actually went out, and it's never close. It's never in Montreal, right? It was an hour and a half, I think, drive that I did when I replaced was it a C1 or whatever the heck the panel was? The first one, the original OG Eclipse. And I thought it was a swap straight exchange, right?
Yeah.
No, dude. I opened the panel, opened the box, opened the that huge anti-static pulley bag, right? And inside it is nothing but the panel itself. I had to move all the boards from the old one to the new one. And they send you a new wiring jig and whatever. It was not like, oh my God, end of the world. But I'm like, son of a bitch, I didn't expect that. So rebuild the whole TV and then put it up, and it worked just fine. Never heard from the guy again.
I mean, if you want to put an Eclipse in your bedroom, like I know a guy who has one, it's a very good TV. There's no wrong way about it, right? In my room, just because like the edges stick out so much, I can fit a 65-inch screen, but like the edges poke into the door holes on either side.
No, we have a few clients that have them as a bedroom TV, 65-inch Eclipses.
Yeah, but in my case, it just doesn't fit. So I would like a 55 would just fit, but I'd rather have like a bigger screen than just a stage.
See, like if they came up with, let's say, the Stage Mark II, right? That has, let's say, one puck output and maybe a support for the stand option, then they could still. I would be appreciating like a motorized wall bracket off of it, or even a support for the stand. And I don't understand why the old stands are not supported with the new. Like, why can't you not, even though you have the STB adapter, right? Put it on the Avant that died, like, and then you put your VESA mount, and like B&O got their money off you anyways. Why can't you not just make that so? Because it's the same connector, but it doesn't support, it doesn't recognize, doesn't trigger.
I think it's a different signal.
It's got to be different something or different pinout or whatever, but I don't understand why.
I think the older ones are more like power on, power off type of deal, and I think the newer ones are pulse width modulated or PWM or something like that.
Old ones, yes, but I'm talking Avant. Yeah. Like I'm talking the orbital stand. That thing has fucking software board in it because it reads the angles of two different turning points, right? When it's spinning around.
Probably to not lose money. So you don't go out and buy secondhand stuff or not fully replace things that they could get money for.
Yeah, but I still don't believe in, that what I can't possibly fathom that the Avant stand is fixed where it is. I don't think that it would tip over with the weight of that versus
no, I don't think it's the weight.
Is.
I think it's literally like you could buy something new.
Yeah.
I mean, I from what I gather, but I don't know this directly, like this STB solution was fought by B&O because like STB makes a bunch of stuff for B&O and B&O was sort of like, don't make this, not yet. Mm-hmm. There's no reason they couldn't have made this like 2 years ago, right, when it was needed.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they have some sort of restrictions on when the production availability becomes feasible, I guess, or whatever.
They probably do because they make a bunch of stuff for B&O as well, right?
Yes.
I mean, and as a company, it's not like they sell a bunch of brackets for a whole other brands. Like, it's not like they can just say, like, go away, we don't need you.
No, I don't know. Maybe I don't think that there's enough bread in it,
Yeah.
but they're doing it worldwide. So like, we order quite frequently from STB, to be honest, as well. But it's not a weekly shipment. It's maybe once every 2 months, once every month at the most,
Yeah.
right? That the need arises for some, like the gyro stand and whatever, which is, I don't know how many thousand Canadian dollars, but it works freaking awesome. But it's a challenging install because the walls here are never straight or level or vertical or not bumpy. So, and that thing requires like a precision level because otherwise the theater will just go one way or the other.
I must say though, if you want an Eclipse as a bedroom TV but have no external speakers, then it's purely aesthetics.
Yes.
Because as just the front as is, I'd rather have a stage.
I think acoustically it performs better than Eclipse.
Yes. But if you have place for, like, I don't know, front speakers, rear speakers, whatever, right? Or want to make a triangle, yes, of course. Eclipse is great.
That's what I got with the Avant right now. Just 2 lap forest. It's my retro room. The bedroom is my retro room.
Yeah, I guess eventually we'll all be looking at Eclipses again because, like, we can't afford any of the new stuff anymore.
Yeah, I think that's obscene what's going on with the pricing. But I guess to some people that are just drowning in money, it doesn't matter really. None of the price increases that I've seen had slowed down in our sales at all.
I've spoken to a few dealers now, and what they say is kind of interesting, right? Like they say the money hasn't slowed down. They're still selling similar, or depending on where you are, slightly more. So they're still
Yes.
like growing, but they are seeing a reduction in people. So essentially, the people they
It's more bigger installs versus smaller
yeah, so like
everyday installs. Yes.
somebody that used to walk in to buy a stage or something, they are no longer coming. But the people
Yeah,
that
there's a little traffic in the shop now, I would say too.
but the people that want like a theater with like 7.1 90s 50 whatever, that's up. So it's a bit of one and a bit of the other sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's easier to service less customers as well. So to a degree, I think dealers probably don't mind having a smaller clientele, right?
Well, but yeah, if you service a big system, it's basically a full day of just like installer on site, unless it's something stupid, right? With BNO, you never know, right? Because it
Yeah.
could be that you need to go around, reboot everything. Maybe you have to factory reset everything. And yeah, like for me, I've had where, bro, don't worry, it's only 15-minute call, and 3 hours later, right, I'm still standing there with the fucking app in my hands and trying to set up a goddamn set of 28s. So it's you never know with BNO, it's a bolt toss, but like I guess the most important part is patience. You have to be patient with BNO, and very sequentially procedural, I would say, in how to you go in and you power things off and how you power things back up and what goes online first and such. And I think that makes a huge difference too. Trade secrets. So, but yeah, I think it's
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I can't afford it anymore. So, like, I mean, just screwed now that the secondhand market is also kind of shit in the US.
oh, in US secondhand market is real. Yeah, that's if you got stuff, you can sell it for a pretty decent penny. Because and especially like the 9000s really went up in value now again because of the 9000C,
Yeah.
and there's not that many around.
I mean, if these price increases are really coming to the US only, right? Like, if you don't do the global pricing, I almost don't see why you wouldn't just buy it in Europe if you have a contact.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you are like one of the very high net worth people anyway. You're most likely there every so often anyway. Just walk into a store, like flop your black card or whatever on the table, say move this shit to America. Like you don't pay any sales tax because it's out of the EU.
Yeah.
And the global pricing, right, is already kind of weird because like in Europe everything is including 2019, 21, 23, depending on the country sales tax.
Hmm.
So even if you get the import tax, right, like it's the same as the sales tax, but here it's like it's
I think only in Canada and US is that weird that they have this is what it is, but not with tax, you know?
yeah.
And which is I find it very deceiving. Like when I first moved here, I'm like, okay, so you go in and it's $5. It's like, no, it's 5.75. What the fuck you mean it's 5.75? How is that? Like it's $5 on the tag or 4.99, right? No, because of the tax. Okay, so it's you just tell me it's $6 instead then.
I, I have a feeling because it is well, depending on how you look at it, right? It's
Mm.
kind of sort of like I mean, it actually is $5. It's just like they let you know how much the government is screwing you over.
I guess, yeah, that's another way to put it. What's a better TV to buy secondhand, the 11 or the Avant? I honestly would go for the Avant
11.
because it's much more repairable than the 11. 11, there's very few parts left for it.
Yeah, but an 11 needs less repairs.
Wow, they're fucking dying, bro. I've had a few come in. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but
there
a
are.
few out of
Depends.
1,000, right? Like, and probably this is their first
Fair.
ever repair. Like, they don't have these weird issues where like the chip unsolders itself, and
No, they don't do that. They don't do that.
I
But I don't
mean,
know. I just have a soft spot for the Avant, but the 11, if you can get an 11 Mark II, so with new glass, which is magnetic instead of the clip-ons for the grills,
Mark II or newer, right?
yes, get that, and then try heavy and hard to find if you can get yourself a wood cover for it,
Yeah.
because that is the most beautiful design TV that B&O had ever made.
I mean, this is another thing,
100%.
right? Why I personally say the 11 is because the people that have an 1155 don't get rid of them in on average
No, no,
because they're
no, they
just
die.
too good. Uh, they either fully die, which doesn't happen that often, or they just go like, "Well, this is here forever," and
Hmm.
like it's 1080p, it's not 4K, but it's the best 1080p.
Yes. Who cares about that, man? With my eyes, from how far that would be and how far my 4K Avant is, it's still fuzzy to my eyes. So, but it looks good with glasses on.
Yeah, and you have all the newfangled stuff, right? It's smart enough again to be dumb enough that it doesn't have all this like connected shit that needs to talk to everything all the time.
No,
But
no.
it does
The
have
only
Ryza.
reporting, yeah, the only reporting that it ever does if you actually enable it on the master on the BeoLink gateway in the secret service menu that you say report to this or or allow control for stuff to come through. Then yes, but other than that, it doesn't talk much. I don't run anything on my moment as far as sources. It is literally a link eye in my foyer that triggers through the gateway the emerge, and all the lights in my apartment turn on, and then they sequentially turn off after a few minutes, depends on which room. So it's just all more or less routine based movement. So I don't have any sources, but I am logged in on these or on on the moment for no fucking reason at all. And I try to have it instead of the BeoSound 2 that I have here, or BeoSound 2, BeoSound 1. That's the old ASC that plays with kitchen or kitchen to the bedroom. I tried to do the moment on it, but then I lose the IR, so there's no more light commands coming through the moment because it's now attached to another IR controller, which is the Avant, but that's in the other room, so that doesn't work. So now it's just sitting there. Like I said, it's a glorified link eye on an STB stand, exactly original, everything as it's supposed to look like. Nobody touches it. So
I
it's a
mean,
sad way to end for it, but it's not really, because I'm still looking at it every day, and it still does a very important thing every day. Because there's been a time when the fucking network went off, and I try to trigger my stuff, and all of a sudden no lights come on. It's very frustrating, but no, it's good. But this cover, man, for the BV14, I guess that's the correct, I guess, design era,
yeah.
is just to die for, man. They should have made more of that, or incorporated into more of a. Uh, I think that the Eclipse should have had similar thing, but then it would look too spiky, I think, from the sides.
I mean, this is just
Where
one of the.
this forgives quite a bit.
I mean, over the years, I've even more appreciated it on the floor stand as well. I mean, it's just gorgeous.
I'm a dumbass that I got rid of that. Not the TV because I hated it, but I should have kept the cover because I would have ended up
Yeah.
with the BV11 at some point.
Kareem says buying a second-hand TV is like going out with a granny. Is that a dig at the age of your customers, Kareem?
Yeah, no, I don't think. I think it's more or less that this is what it is.
I mean, Grammys
But
need some
yeah, like
love
it's.
every time, every so
That's
often
right.
too, right?
Granny makes some good cookies, bro. So that's. I think it's the. I think it's the nostalgia.
Willie, you have a granny in your bedroom.
I'm gonna have a granny in my bedroom for sure. With two, I don't know. What would you classify the lap fours then? But yeah, that
Granny boobs.
granny boobs, granny tits. So
Like Ed says,
yeah, no, it's a good TV. The
we'll give it
BB11.
for 12 years, no issues.
I think that the BB11, if I remember correctly, had fans in it that cooled the entire guts of it, but they never did it with the Avant. By the way, that is the sexiest installation I had done also on a BB11. There's two very heavy plates that go inside that easel. Hey, they slide in,
Mm-hmm.
and then you slide another one to cover it all. It's very, very interesting how that comes together.
Yeah, you don't want somebody to accidentally kick or knock it out, and the
Yeah,
whole
it's
TV goes.
no, it's solid as rock, man. Like if you stub your toes on
Imagine
it, that
like your
definitely.
cleaning lady just comes with this vacuum and just and the whole TV goes.
Oh my God, all the glass.
Yeah. If you were to
But
buy an 11 or a 1455, would you go with the aluminium edge or the black edge?
I would go with the aluminium.
Yeah, me too.
I would go with the aluminium on the wall or on an easel stand like this, either or. Like just have it as a piece of art. You know what I mean? I don't really need to turn that fucking thing on much, but I would love to have it as a piece of art.
Yeah, 1155s are just extremely hard to find. If you find a 1455 or 14 anything, essentially avoid.
Yeah, it's an
Avoid,
Android
avoid,
platform.
avoid.
None of the sources work well on it. It's sometimes there's a parity issues and really tough to get replacement boards. Same go along the lines. I guess the same goes for the Horizon. If they're not impossible now to get, I don't remember, but they didn't count them on them that much.
So yeah, this is the
But we'll
moment.
never see those TVs come in again. In like you'll never have an OLED panel behind the glass.
No.
That's never going to happen because there is really no need for it. And I guess the closest that you can get with aluminium coming to the edge of the actual display is on the contour. That's it. Like that's the closest that you can get to that look of that BB11 nowadays is with the contour 55 with wood panel grill on the above the stage.
Oh, thank you, Cabriz, by the way. He sent a screenshot from STB on, I think this is Facebook or whatever. Their
Hmm.
solution for the Mark 1 Eclipse, it says the solution has been designed in partnership with B&O. A new software update is available that is required to make sure the system works flawlessly. So it works just like a BeoVision at that point.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it only works with the C range of panels, but who cares?
Still cheaper than commercial solution. Sorry, Kareem.
Yeah.
I would rather buy a panel and a bracket for $500 from STB so I can infinitely change them after. Till they
Yeah.
run out of C series, I guess, right? Because then you never know if they're gonna change their mind and like, oh yeah, we don't do C series anymore.
I'm sure something will fit in the meantime.
Yeah, I think so too.
Also, if that's
Well, the
really your sort of worry, why just not buy two? Like, I don't know, buy two C4s or something like that, right? Because there's C5s now and they're on sale. Just never open the second one and wait until the first one dies.
that or at the end of the day, like if it's wall bracket mounted, you can put it on fixed and then just have the you can really get precise with it and hang the TV above it so it's just enough gap so it doesn't touch. But
I wish I had bought one of these TVs.
yeah, they were cool, man. They were very cool back in the day for what they were.
Then again, I probably think Beano's happy I didn't because I probably would have never changed it out.
I would have. They don't make them in 85.
Yeah, but like, I mean, this would have maybe gone to the bedroom, right?
Oh, 100% it would.
Or I would have gone even larger speakers.
Go with the 90s back then instead.
Well, I mean, the first time, where was this? The first time I heard a proper demo of 90s were attached to a 1455 with the oak things with 90s front and 50s rear.
First time I heard 90s was in Denmark, like in the room, and it was off of a BV11. It was off of a BV11 that they had him playing.
Yeah. I mean, I purposely like never went to listen to 90s. The first time I heard 90s was probably in 2018 because I'd like waited for so long because like I don't want to know, I don't want to feel bad
They
about my
are
decision.
they're terrible in that. They really get in your head. That's the only. It's not a negative. It's a very positive drawback of these speakers, but they do get in your head because you just never heard, especially when you have time to spend with them. You just have, yeah, it's an absolute experience. So lab aids also sound great. I would go lab aids with the 19 all day long versus the 28s because it still keeps you some savings.
I think the 28 is a better speaker in total, though I think the 8s are a better balance of capability, which is not to say the 8s are better than the 28s, but at moderate volumes, I think the 8s sound more composed. Because, like in the 28s, you have like small tweeter, kind of small mid range, and then an enormous woofer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, those sizes are much closer together on the 8s, and it sounds a bit more harmonized. Like, the
I
8s
agree.
are not as bass powerful, but that's actually kind of a good thing.
But 28s, I find them, they sound good from like a little bit afar. You have to be a little bit further from them to
Yeah.
actually experience them properly because of the column and where and the sound is emitted from. But I don't know.
I
I
mean,
like them, but I would go with eights instead for all day long.
if you are a narrow mode listener, the 28s are a lot better than the 8s.
Yes,
There's something really funky about the narrow mode on the 8s that only kind of works if you're really juicing it. Like the 8s in narrow mode anywhere under, let's say, 50, 45 volume sounds really strange. It's sort of like somebody's a bit talking to you like that, right? Like not fully closed off, but
weird. Yeah, I haven't spent that much time to listen to them. Mostly when I had them in the Christmas, we blasted movies through them. I did listen to music through them, but it was mostly filtered through the theater, right?
yeah.
Which does make them change in sound.
Yeah. I mean, they're in my living room now for like testing. I still have to make the goddamn video, but I also haven't been able to listen properly in the last 2 weeks or so because I have a double ear infection.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
How'd you manage that?
Not really sure. It can come from like a plethora of things, like swimming, the incredible heat, and just sweating, right? And like a bunch of just moisture sitting in your ear for too long.
Interesting.
From also we had a drought, so chlorine can cause it, and our like tap water is much more chlorinated than it is during summer.
Oh, weird. Can you smell
Like,
it?
yeah.
That's
Like,
gross.
we don't drink tap water, so it's fine, right? But
Obviously.
for like showering and stuff, like, I mean, if you look around, like, there's a shit ton because it's Florida. Like every corner, there's a pond essentially, and some are really large, some are really small. But I think the deepest now is like that deep. When
So we're all the
normally,
crocodiles.
oh, if they are in there, you can see them.
Damn.
So,
Damn.
I mean, and it so like it started sort of 2 weeks ago. First in my right ear, and then like just sort of clean it and it fixed itself. Then my left ear was fucked for like I don't know a week or so, and
Hmm.
then same clean blah, blah, whatever. And then when was this Monday or yeah Monday? I decided like I'm gonna go to the doctor tomorrow, and I wake up on Tuesday and on Tuesday, my left ear feels almost fine, but my right ear, like I feel it down my jaw to hear, right? Like
Oh, fuck.
it's sort of like what the fuck is going on? And it turns out this hurt so much, this felt fine, even though it's like touching.
Yeah, because you can only feel one pain at a time.
Yeah, it's sort of like I don't know if you break your arm and like have somebody with a hammer do that on your foot, right? You feel your foot, you don't feel your arm anymore. It doesn't
Fuck.
mean both are fine.
Oh, man. Yeah,
So
that sucks, bro.
it's
I guess wearing these headphones doesn't help either.
it's not so bad with the over ear ones. The in ear ones, like my ear
Oh, forget
canals, were
it.
like I to the point I couldn't even put my pinky in.
Swollen up.
Yeah, the like those sort of scopy things the doctors have,
Yeah.
right? That yeah, he went in like I don't know, like that much. It's like yeah, that's full. like I
Fuck.
so
That
like
sucks, bro.
the missus is sometimes talking to me. And I just like I can't hear you. It's not that my hearing is gone, right? But just like the ear canal is so shut, like I have no fucking clue what you're saying.
I wonder if I should say like if you're blessed or
Yeah, I just said
oh
it's
fuck. Yeah, that
like I
would
know you're
suck.
saying something, but I have no idea what it is.
And your spouse doesn't never come with subtitles, so
No.
it's just staring at her lips what she's saying. Oh damn. Really set up your shape just by an MDF board. I saw the MDF board on the Instagram on the Discord, but I don't know where I would get it done. First of all, I thought about doing it because that relieves me of about four big boxes in my storage slash becoming office, I guess. And I would put it on the back wall of the where the 18s are. I just don't know if I would run in through a core because I still have the original core in it, right? So I could technically reset the speaker or the amplifier to just be a not a slave, but is it a master mode? No, a slave mode,
Yeah.
where you can just have two lefts and two rights out of it, and I would make the shape in a shape that I would use those four drivers as a heights, rear heights.
Yeah, just get a piece of ply. Me, I take it you have like just a reciprocating saw or something, right?
Fucking rights I do, but like, where do you do this? I'm gonna do this in the living room. Call this like this is
No,
here.
you just lay the thing out. You lay how you want your shape to be. You just draw it and take it to the garage or somewhere and saw it there. Just
Mm.
follow the outline you make.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about too, because that's way less brain damage for the amount of screws you need to put in. And
I
yeah,
mean, I
I
even
don't
think,
see, like, if I'm gonna run it as a rear height channels, I don't see the BeoConnect core purchase as an upgrade that is feasible to it at all.
no, you don't need it.
Because at the end of the day, if I did decide to have them play as just regular speakers, say left and right, it's still being driven by Mozart, so the sound would be there, you know. But I like that's fucking looks like it's machine cut, bro.
Yeah, he had it machine cut. He had it. Somebody had a
Look at the
CNC woodwork.
holes. The holes are pre-drilled. I would love that. So no, I'm loving this, man. I really, this is something that now I actually need to do an inventory of how many of my these hex styles are the screw bits are broken on them
Yeah.
because they are fucking brittle as hell, man. It pisses me off, and they're not cheap, but at least you get a pair. So I'm gonna have to order probably a few $100s worth
I mean,
for.
for what it's worth, I think even for this setup, right? There's like you could do with like about half the lag bolts. Like, there's no reason that you need two here, two here, two here, three here, three here, two here, two, two.
I would do it just for the last sake of vibration, dude. That's probably where the speakers are gonna sit. To me, that's what it looks like, and you fucking do need that there.
Yeah, but
Because
mean
I've
if
had drywall anchors on my stage or shape for what 2000. When did I fucking buy it? 2018, I think, or whenever it came out.
yeah,
Till 2022. So I had it for 4 years, and I didn't really use it much, unless well, there was few days that I've been like really sick, so I was just bedridden. So I just juiced the stage because I ordered the shape because that was the only thing that I was in front of. And the drywall anchors on all of the speaker tiles loosened up over time.
yeah, but these are much thicker bolts, right? Like if you
Well,
use
yeah, this is a different story.
these are like the half-inch drywall anchors.
Yeah, but middle is exactly where they meet. Excuse me.
Yeah, but
You
like
know what I'm
let's
saying?
say you have like this is two pieces, so I understand it would be more than if it was one piece. But like one,
Yeah.
two, one in the middle, and then two here would be plenty. Especially if you use something like proper plywood, right? Like not MDF, but
Mm.
plywood, and have like half-inch plywood or something.
I would. I'm still considering it. I just need to know the width that I would go with because I would like to stick LED strip around it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The only problem that I have with putting an LED strip, the wall finishing in my apartment is absolutely fucking atrocious. So with doing that, I'm just going to highlight what I hate about this place the most. That if I were to do it, I would just, man, like they just, man, this was done before lunch. I'm certain of it as far as taping is concerned. Fucking hell. So everywhere you go, like I don't know if the eye's better than any camera. And if I go to my bedroom because it's a blackout blind, you can literally see the tape line crown around the entire window just being highlighted because it's higher than everything else, and they just didn't bother to actually do a right job. But that's the way it is.
so
So yeah, that's
this is
fucking insane.
this is Kabis how he did it. Just laid it out on some
On a
plywood.
dining table without any shit on it, man, bro. Your wife, she wasn't home and you were doing that, right?
Or he lives alone.
Or you live alone, but dude, that's a freaking death penalty a
Well,
little
if you
bit.
look, if you don't move it, you're not scratching anything, right?
Yeah, dude, but just the fact that you would see that, bro. Yeah, I like that. God, that's fucking, that's big. That's a lot of wood.
That's what she said.
That's what she said, all right. But very nice, very nice.
Well hung, Kabis.
Well hung, and I fucking agree with that. Tyler, no, that's cool. So you have a couple that are like empty tiles, I guess, right? Are you cutting those out, or what's going on? Because there are places where they won't cover or will cover.
What do you mean? I think all of them have like they're tiles everywhere. But
Oh, I guess the titles. Yeah. Okay, never mind. It's just the hexes. Yeah, so that'll completely cover it.
I mean,
Very fucking cool.
I think he put
I
a
do take
legit
the points
strip around
down,
it.
and I take the points off for using a DeWalt drill.
Look,
You have a yellow shirt. You should be defending this bullshit at this point.
well, it's not the wall, but Milwaukee Tool is just not really a thing in Europe.
That's becoming. I think people are waking up
Sure,
to the
but
best.
like it hasn't been for like even when I left, right? I would like literally be surprised if I found it anywhere. Like if you go to like the Hornbach or something, which is like the Home Depot of the Netherlands, you wouldn't find.
But the bloody DeWalt disease has already seeped in pretty good.
Yeah, but it's like Germany's right there, right? Like Germany's an hour.
DeWalt's
and a half.
German.
Yeah, I think
DeWalt.
so. I think so.
I don't know.
I mean, even Siemens makes power tools.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy that. That's too. Yeah, dude, pack out is the shizzles. Love to pack out. Pity the fool that can't get it.
Yeah, exactly. But it was mostly a North America thing.
Yep.
I mean, if you look at because a family member works there, right? Like, and if you look at like Milwaukee Tool has a very high valuation. It's still a private company, which is amazing. Like they're not traded or anything. Like it's owned by a family. But like if you compare them to like DeWalt or something, they're like not even a fifth the size.
No, they make some crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean,
love it, absolutely love it.
Apparently, at some point they were looking at those Diablo blades if they can take that over. But I think it was either DeWalt or Siemens that owned it, and they were like, "No, if you want it, you're going to pay like $2 billion or something."
Yeah, you're going to pay up the ass for it.
Because those Diablo blades are
the best.
Yeah, they cut through anything like butter, and it doesn't even matter if it's studs with nails in them or not. It's just you're through. I mean, they look like they are
regular blades, but they're not, man.
They also look like they're Milwaukee Tool, right? Because of the colors, but they're not.
Yes. So you can get away with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, good job, Chris. Good job. Just pity the tools. But we all got some, right? But
all I have
is there a lot of Hilti? There's got to be Hilti around a lot of it, no? Or you guys just because Hilti here is just for concrete, more or less. Where also the Milwaukee's starting to dip into their lunch.
There is Hilti, yeah.
And yeah, Hilti I think is a respected brand, like a lot of respect for Hilti.
Let's see.
Because I think Hilti is older than Milwaukee by 5 years, I remember, if I remember correctly. Or Milwaukee's older because Milwaukee's in 1920s with their first air-powered wrench for whatever the fuck industry they did it for. I think it was war for sure. And I think Hilti is what, 1960 when they started. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
God, I don't know.
But I don't have much. I have two things from Hilti. 3 actually. I have a drill bit for concrete. I have a tripod, and I have the Hilti laser because at the time when I bought that Hilti laser level, the Milwaukee never even made it. It was never in a portfolio, which a lot of things weren't in portfolio back, 6-8 years ago when I bought the tools. Which, interestingly enough, tomorrow's 9 years since my car accident. So it's my 9th birthday.
Well, glad you're still alive. Jesus
I'm fucking right. So that's so that dates my tools to be 9 years old because I bought them in August or June of that year.
Yeah, this is the Dutch Hornbach, which is like similar size to like Home Depot or something. Like
Stanley, there's Stanley there. God is okay.
I mean, they essentially
Makita.
Hornbach are in the Netherlands. They're the only shops that are like American massive.
Mm. So far, no Milwaukee. I see.
Yeah, exactly. You have a Hikoki.
Hikoki, this is very good brand for you. Burn your garage down. Yeah, there's Makita, nothing more. Very interesting. It's expensive tools though. Shiitake mushrooms, bro. 328 euros for a drill.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
I mean, there's
money.
a lot of Bosch around.
Yeah, I see that. I could see that for sure. Yeah, Makita, there's a ton of tools. I don't know how this just degenerated into the fucking tool talk, but that's all Tobias's fault.
Let's
So,
see. A battery platform. Bosch Einhell. Metabo works. Yeah. I don't know what.
interesting. A lot of Makita, a lot of Makita.
Yeah.
So I guess Makita is what, German then, isn't it?
Probably.
Because that's
So yeah. I mean, it's
Makita is a Japanese manufacturer of power tool, industrial equipment, and other tools. While Makita's manufacturing plants in Germany, their headquarters and manufacturers locations are located in Japan.
When does B&O release their 20-volt platform? I guess the A5 is the first one.
Jesus Christ. Okay. How old is Hilti? 1941. Founded by brothers Eugene and Martin Hilti. As of today, May 25th, 25, Hilti is 84 years old.
All right, well, tool talk for today.
That's it. And Milwaukee Tools are 101 years old. They're 1924. So I guess they are the oldest tool manufacturing company.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff similar, right? But there's also such different construction methods that, like a lot of the actually very powerful power tools aren't used in the same way or at all.
Yes.
Like, I mean, how often do you need like literally one of those barrel saws, right, to get through a wall for like ducting or something?
I have never had a need in my entire life. I'm 44.
Yeah, exactly. And in Europe, that's quite common because you need to go through the interior masonry wall and then through the exterior masonry wall.
To core for a pipe, yeah, no, I can see that.
Yeah, or just like the air duct for like your kitchen or something, right?
Yeah, dude, here it's a fucking hole.
I think in like the Netherlands, that's not even allowed anymore because it's not
What?
energy efficient to like put your kitchen fumes outside because you're putting the heat of your house outside, so they want recirculating hood vents.
No, Christ.
Like in any new build, it has to like recirculate. So like, I mean,
Cook some tripe soup and have the neighbors get sick everywhere.
no, you keep it in your house, right? Like you better hope your
Shit.
carbon filters work well.
Ooh, no. Like when I cook, I open both windows. When I make steaks, because pan butter steaks, bro, that's batteries are out of the goddamn smoke detectors. That's what that
Yeah.
is.
Kabisas, do you think the 100 pieces Art Deco is sold out? No, I do
I
not.
don't think so. I don't think so.
I would be highly surprised if it was. I mean, it's possible, but I think they would be literally jumping up and down right now. To the point where,
Yeah,
like,
it's a
if you
lot to
lived
ask.
in Denmark, you would go, like, why are all these people jumping up and down? like I can hear it. Like, Masu, why are they so happy?
No, I don't know. I don't know about that. I think Atelier is going to take a little bit to sell for sure.
It's also so... Look, it's nice, but it's expensive as fuck, right?
all for what it is compared to what you get. But it's Atelier, right? It's the same as, if you, I guess. So does that go past the design capabilities or offerings that the B&O has in the showrooms? Like, can you actually say that I want to have a black anthracite theater with the platter that has the Atelier, whatever the new Art Deco pattern on it?
I really don't know. I think
Like,
you
would they make
can
that,
maybe order the panel, but I think they want to sell it as is.
or have a silver one that has the Art Deco pattern with black anodized in it, right? So it looks like a Biogram platter more or less.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can order it custom made, right? Like they'll probably do
Mm.
that. They won't be the limited edition Art Deco version. It'll just be one of one. Because
And
don't
that's
forget, right? Like you get a brochure saying that it really is unique with the artwork.
authentic. Yeah.
Yeah, which is sort of like, how could it not be? But whatever.
I think B&O's lucky that they are not faked as all the other high-end luxury brands like the watches and whatever, like where those factories, don't sell or whatever. But a lot of that is assembled in Czech Republic, but still, yeah, they have the access to the boards and such. So I don't know. It's weird. I'm in a conspiracy theory mood.
I mean, Atelier or whatever will make you all sorts of stuff, but they won't always say yes, and they won't always say yes, even if you want to throw money at them, because
I don't
some.
think they would say yes to that because you're infringing on the Art Deco edition, right? I think that would be
Well, sometimes it's just like it's not in the pipeline because if we say yes, right, it's going to take like 9 months before we even get started.
mhm.
Sometimes they think we don't think the colors would look nice, so therefore no. Or like we can't guarantee an evenness of color or something like that.
Yes.
I've asked about things where they literally just said no, regardless of price.
Let me make a coffee. Oh, it's just like having the polished halos, nice. That's what we were. Like, the conversation goes years and years back. How many of us were gonna go and we didn't meet
Yeah,
minimum production?
the silk ones, silk halos.
But I guess now you could just
Oh, they will make
pay.
them now. Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
initially, they were
Now
on the runs they were doing. They just didn't have the time to do it. Uh,
I think Silk Halo would look sick, in my opinion.
yes, I agree. It would also be quite a premium, but like if you're willing to pay for it. But I'm like, look, one of the easiest things that they'll say no to, that like on the top of my mind, right? Like is piano black matte. It'll just say no, can't be done.
No,
But
there's no way.
yeah,
That's impossible to do.
yeah, exactly. But like, so at that point, it's not a matter of price, even. It's just, is it possible?
Yes.
I mean,
Sorry for the noise.
I'm not even sure if you were to now go to them and say, like, I've seen the Art Deco. Can I get these top covers instead of rosewood or whatever it is in just regular oak? They probably say no for now.
Yeah. I would love to have those covers in walnut. I paid so much money for those for sure, but they look so good.
I mean, they'll probably eventually say yes to it, but if you ask them right now, they'll probably say no.
Oh hell no.
Like, and that's doesn't matter if you want to give them $5,000 for it, right? Like, they'll just say, not now.
That'd be so nice though.
Jasper says, "Do you think the B&O site is getting kind of boring by showing all the cheapest versions of the speakers?" Yeah, they do the same in the app. Like when you set up anything, right? It starts with the absolute cheapest stuff they have first, which I've said for years. This is like the wrong way
It's right.
around if you're the luxury brand.
Yes.
I mean, why not
You
start
make
with
the
the
plebs
exclusive stuff?
scroll. Yeah. You make the plebs scroll, not the people that bought the big shit.
I mean,
But
I want to, I don't know, set up some 90s. I have to look at like the A1 first, the BeoLids and all that shit. And like, why?
yeah,
Like all the headphones, like, what the fuck? Why? Why doesn't it start 90s, 50s and going down?
yes. And with the TV, should be harmony and theater
Yeah.
in that sequence, and then stage, I guess, because that's what sells.
I mean, it's.
That dude's wearing such a big coat, man. It's too big of a coat. Way too big.
Yeah,
But I like that coat.
it's
But
it's
it's just too much.
it's very long.
Yeah. It's just not his size.
Maybe in 2 years we can buy it off of the Danish website.
It's gonna be going to B&O Museum.
Yeah. Walk around in this coat.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
But it
not your
looks nice
winter.
though. It's a nice design idea. I like the whole fluidity of it. It's very nice. I like the theater because the grills look sweet. Like the grill looks sweet on it, man. Because those last left and right lamellae, they're close together, but optically only, and the center ones are also close together. Which this looks sexy when it's closed. I'm sure. I don't know if there's a picture of it, but yeah, that's nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it's.
And it's coming with a C5 panel, I guess, because that's the only one with the black edges.
It
Otherwise,
doesn't come with a panel.
wow, but you need to buy one.
Yes,
Shit.
but that's your problem. It's like, what is it, 64,000 USD or something, and you don't get a panel with it. You get the speakers and the theater on the stand, and that's it.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's what it is, but it's
Mhm.
weird, right? Like why not? If you make every other decision for the customer with this, like, why not add in the panel, especially at that price? But I guess you have to spend like $3,000 more for the panel.
They don't want to do that. But also, I think, well, but that's bullshit that you're taking away the option of a person. But no, I think that for that money, they should have had, let's say, a limited run of those frames that you can just screw back onto the back of the actual G panel, right? If you wanted to buy a G
Yeah.
screen, anodize that exactly the same color, and just it doesn't take that much for an installer to do it. I think it's what, 16, if even that amount of screws that you need to take out from the back panel of uh the to see that whole metal part comes off, and then you just have how many other screws? Not many,
Yeah,
that are
if your
holding the
dealers can
frame.
screw the whole thing together, surely they can like swap over those frames as well.
Yeah.
I mean, any B&O
The
dealer is an
only
LG
problem I
dealer,
think
so
the only problem I think it is that it's the shipping cost, because this is all one piece. It's just bent here at the 90 with the 45-degree cut. So they would have to ship like this much of the screen, which then it makes it expensive, right?
yeah, a flat packet with little corners and like the 00 Torx screws thing.
Or I guess at that money, it should be done by B&O and just sent in.
Yeah,
Call it 70 grand, call this, and then pay the guy 2 Gs to swap the panel and 3 Gs for the panel. Let's see.
yeah,
Like, it's not that, and you're already anodizing all this stuff in that color, so I don't think that there's much room for excuse and bullshit. Just do it.
yeah. I mean, I do like it. It's just the price is insane. But then again, I mean, it's another. I think partially where the price is weird, right? Like, because currently they're still selling the Ferrari edition.
We don't have any in stock.
No, I understand, but like the Ferrari edition is also ridiculously expensive. But somehow the B&O
Yes.
premium on their own stuff has to be more than the Ferrari one, because the B&O BeoSound 2 Ferrari edition is cheaper than the two-tone Atelier ones, right?
I never noticed that, but yeah, you're right.
I think it's like $250 difference, something like that.
Just cause.
There must be some sort of segmentation in it. Like, let's see. All speakers, come in.
Do it.
Oh, they're on sale now.
Which one?
The BeoSound 2.
Is it?
Apparently, at least in North America. It's almost $1,000 off.
Damn. What does that mean?
What?
It's not getting discontinued, I don't think.
Yeah, but the zesty orange is 5,100.
Oh.
Like, that's almost 2x, right?
I wonder if they're not just obsoleting those colors, and it's just gonna be all Atelier from this point on.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's how you get rid of the cheap price point, right? And then you can pay the extra premium. And then you can pay extra premium in Atelier to get it back in silver.
I mean, the basic Atelier is like slightly cheaper than this one. Though this one in real life is so gorgeous.
Ferrari is a very nice one. Ferrari is a very nice BeoSound too.
And then where are the? Is this the? No, not the Riva. There are the two-tone ones. See, these two-tone ones are more expensive. Like they're $200 more.
But then again, to be fair, the production is way more intense than just anodizing that one once, because it's repolishing and doing it, blah blah blah. So
yeah,
but
the other one has Ferrari on it, right?
That's it.
I mean, I even like this. Nice. What is it? This sort of green and pinkish one.
No, man. That's too freaking. That's too
but it's
LGBT.
Really nice in real life. But like, there's no way I'm spending like with sales tax essentially $6,000 on a BeoSound 2.
But dude, it's low in stock.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, I'm not that mental. I can buy a secondhand theater for that money.
Well, and you have a BeoSound 2, so what do you need another one for?
Well,
is it a Gen 2? Oh, it's a Mark 1. Oh, OG, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it still works fine, so I'm not bothered.
My BeoSound 1 works fine, and it's an OG. I kind of like the fact that I have the OG because I can still test a whole bunch of stuff that, does it work, does it not work with B&O. I don't know anybody else had a chance to try it. BeoLab 19 with the Harmony and 28s. See if it works or not. Just throwing it out there. Check it out. No sound from the 19 when you start playing music.
I don't know if this is true, and this is just a feeling, right? But I have a feeling that either with a Harmony you have 18s or nothing, or you have 50s or 90s.
Yeah, but in Harmony with 18s and a stop will work too.
No, I understand, but like aesthetically,
design-wise, yeah.
Like, I don't think people with the Harmony buy 28s necessarily with them.
No,
not because you can't, but just like it.
But you did.
Yeah, and then I got rid of them.
But yeah, there are people that buy this shit with Harmony. There's no way that we're the first ones on this planet that had sold a Harmony with a pair of 28s left and right.
No.
There's no way.
For me,
if I remember correctly, there was a guy that was watching our podcast a while back. He drove the green Ferrari or Lambo, whichever one it was. I don't remember the car.
Yeah.
And he had a Harmony with 2 pairs of 28s.
Yes. I remember him.
So, but he didn't have a 19. Shit.
I don't know. I can ask him.
Yeah, but I don't think he had a 19 from what I remember. But he also had like some birth problems with spawn of the stereo pairing and connectivity, and but I hope it works out for him now and
Yeah,
everything's great.
and the speaker self-reported as like having some issue, and the dealer came out and like he wasn't told or something. So the
Yeah,
dealer was like, "Here, I'm here to help your speakers." He's like, "Why?" It's like, oh, they
they
self-reported
sent
as like they sent a report or something.
that's so funny. But yeah, it's better now. It's better now. It's a software.
I think he's in Finland, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so too.
Anyways, he's like, so there's what, like one dealer left in Finland now, something like
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah. I mean, we're getting 3 new stores in LA finally, all B&O owned.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the other side of the country, though.
Yeah, but that's the whole place where B&O is in that lawsuit with the previous franchisee.
So they're just reopening 3 stores in Cali,
I
basically,
guess they're saying,
or
fuck
brand
you,
new.
and we'll see wherever this lands, but we're not letting you back in.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
Something dirty must have gone down, but that's just what we'll never find out. Nobody's a friend in front of a judge either, so.
Yeah, correct. But I mean, I wonder if they're the Alicia Keys people with the 90s sort of.
Ah, that was a heartbreak. Yeah, I'm sure that it was. It is what it is. It's that and Berluti that pissed me off. But Berluti was just a slight poke in the ribs compared to what has come now with pricing and.
Look, if these prices are real, right? These was it the Samurai editions 90s are not that expensive compared anymore for the amount of gold you get, if nothing else. Like actual gold and how actually custom they are.
Yeah, those are pretty fucking custom, all right.
I mean, like fucking woven copper as the sails or whatever it is.
I would even want to know how much those sails are worth to produce.
Cat.
Fucking imagine that, dude. That's it. Kitty's done, declawed or done, or fucking thrown out a balcony. No, but so far so good. She doesn't claw on any of that stuff, which is great. But they are very expensive to replace. They're very expensive to replace. You're honestly looking like at least 20K if you have to do all sales for 2 speakers.
If B&O North America is listening or interested, right, and whoever is running that LA show, I would very much want to advise you, please hire some of the people back that used to work for the old person or for the old franchisee. Not because of generosity, right, but just because of knowledge. Because I understand how this works, and you train people, and you think you train them well. But if you then walk into the store as an old customer with like a B-Lab 8000, and they go, "What is that?"
Forget it.
Yeah,
I have
exactly,
a 9000. Right? I have a 9000. A what? Yeah.
Or I have a BeoSound 4. Like not the most common thing in the world, right? Mm-hmm. It's less common than the Overtures or 2300s and whatnot. It took a departure greatly from everything else. Like you can't bring that in the store and your people have go like, I don't know what this is. Like it wasn't in the training.
And there is none of that in the trainings anymore. They've taken all the old stuff away. So
I mean,
it should be somewhere in the archives, which I hope, but it's not. Like there should be a section for the archives of the old stuff that people that are keen on learning about the company, they also have a chance to learn about the history of all the products. And you don't look like a deer in the headlights when a dude comes in with a busted 9000 or whatever from back in the day. Like,
I mean,
just what it is.
I think this was the London flagship store where somebody came in with a bad amp board or something on a 12.1 and they didn't know what it was. Which is sort of like it doesn't see that, but no. Yeah, but like this is a new flagship store, right? Like this is like, and it's a non-iconic product, so it sort of makes sense. But So even if, even if you just work there, right, and you have a tangential interest, which a lot of these people look, it's a job for a lot of them, right? Like,
Yes.
for a lot of people, it's sales. It's not because you love the product. It's just a sales job. So the
Some
whole
fall in
like,
love with it, I guess, on a
yeah, but
different
that
level.
usually takes time. And not
Yes.
everybody's nuts enough like you to go sit and read all the fucking manuals in a bar, right?
No, but at
So
least that, the curiosity is not what kills the cat usually. That for me was just the fact that I wanted to know, right? It's just that search for knowledge. If I'm going to be a very good or excellent in something, I want to make sure that I know it through and through. But not everybody's got that in them, right?
yeah, I mean, uh, one of the things that I feel like I'm being pushed into voluntarily somehow is that Lupus and Sandeep are like into these Ochio lights or whatever you call them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But imagine if you tomorrow get a sales job from these people to sell this, right?
Hmm.
Like, would you instantly like and you go through like somebody comes in with an old lamp, would you go like, ah, that's ours from 20 years ago? Like, no, right? It's just a
Of course
job.
not. Yes.
So like it makes sense, and like yes, it's beautiful stuff, but like certain things you sort of care enough for to keep your job, but not care enough for like this is becoming my world.
Hmm.
DJ Neo, so no training about legacy products, but but they do want to advertise with a grand legacy of. Well, there is that's another problem, right? Like, what is legacy now? Because I bet you if you go into that job now, legacy is Eclipse. Because there's still a lot of them
At the
around.
most, probably BeoVision Avant would be the legacy, right?
Yeah.
Because that's still networkable, right? Like I think
And the
that's where the
55
history
Avant, not the
dies.
3228 Avant.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think that the history dies about 2011, 12, where I think, and the reason why is because that's where the 18s were introduced, and they're still current. So I think anything within that time frame is
Well, only
somewhat worth learning about.
18s are only current for another 4 or 5 months or so,
Yes, they're going away in November.
which is
Maybe they
sad.
will be something that is a BioLab 100 that is replacing the 18s. Maybe it'll have the goofy ass Mozart, no lens, and maybe they'll be just a bit bigger. I don't know. I honestly don't. Maybe they'll have a motorized lens. That'd be cool if the lens just came up.
I hate you, Sundeep and Lupus. Need to buy nicer lamps.
These are fucking cool, bro. Do you have a lamp thing, or is it Megan?
It's mostly me. She'll go for anything that looks pretty enough, but then it's sort of the 3 foot thing, right? Like if it's good enough at 3 foot, it's good. And I'm like are the screws stripped and that sort of thing.
Yeah, these are nice.
Yeah,
Those are weird, eh? With the different color spectrum lens over top
yeah,
to
I kind of
reflect.
like that.
That's very different. Very different.
It gives very
I don't know if I could go with that every day though. Fuck, like that's a hallway light, right? So you're
yeah,
not
but
there all the time, but
a
like
lot
have that in the office.
a lot of these lights you can change temperatures and colors.
Oh, so they're LEDs. They're not like this is not a prism that it goes through and it's white light on the bottom and
Yeah, but
whatever on the
supposedly
top.
they're not. They're like the highest class of LED, right? Like there's no like literally you cannot see the flickering even if you're sensitive to it. Like
I wonder how far do they dim? Like, is it
from
true 1% from 100? Right?
I think so.
Because a lot
Like
of those LEDs they say 1%, but they don't. Like I guess, and this is I don't know what they're using, but let's say just the Philips Hue. Like not all of them do 1%. The only time that I've had true 1% light was output was having a Lutron keypad and a regular incandescent bulb where you could control that voltage exactly to the microvolt, I guess.
I wouldn't be surprised for the price of these, right? Like, it's literally nothing is cheap on this brand.
That's a fucking cool design. Like the play with light is amazing.
Yeah. It's like
You have to have a nice wall for it too, because God is like
you
here
have to
would
have a
not
nice house for it.
that too.
Jasper says, I kind of hope to do a final speaker with the acoustic lens for the 100th birthday. I would hope so, but I kind of don't see them doing
I
it.
think that those copyrights or whatever, like the acoustic lens licensing, has probably reached the expiry date with B&O.
Well, also, like,
Because
you
it's
have
been
to
20
pay
years.
for however many years with every new product, right?
Yes.
And
So
I mean, on a very sort of bean counter way, you get a bigger profit margin if you don't have to pay a bunch of licenses here, there, and everywhere.
I still they're going to be retaining the acoustic lens technology in the automotive industry, like the A6s, Audis with
Yeah, but
the
Harman is paying
advanced,
that.
yeah, with the advanced acoustic system or acoustic package,
Yeah.
which is the only way to go in my opinion. 1925 watts, which is hilarious that that's what they're putting it for the power of the system. 1925, the start year of the company.
I mean, yeah. I would love it. I would like to see them do a 5C, right? Like a BeoLab 5 remade. But like properly, not just refurbished, like properly. Like actually put some new drivers in there, like put a new board in there, not just like make sure the old board is fine. Like actually redo that.
They technically could stuff a new PCB board on the top plate, making a new top plate that maybe not be illuminated, but has, let's say, the Mozart-ish
Yeah.
platform on it. That would be something.
Like the Edge.
Yeah. You tilt it for up and down volume.
No, the touch pen on top.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you
But
can tilt it. Would be like I'm standing, so like it has to be tilted like to.
but I don't know. A new remote would be nice, along the lines of, like, let's say BeoLink 1000, which at that point, or BeoLink 7000, sorry, where if they made a remote like that has a motorized screen that raises up and basically has the entire Beo Living or B&O app on it, or even possibly Beo Living app on it, depends what you have, then like you have a remote control. Obviously, that the TV controls would have to be revised to what they used to be from the old pages, not just this fucking Playmobil fucking up and down, left, right, select, back, home, and volume, P plus, P minus. That's not cool. It should be more advanced. You should have a numeric keypad in there and so on. There should be a place where you could actually use it as a keyboard. Interestingly enough, I had paired this keyboard into the LG panel because I was searching for stuff on YouTube and I was sick and tired of going up, down, left, right, to select. It doesn't type, dude.
Not surprising.
So arrows work, so I can do exactly the same thing that I'm doing with the remote control, but I just have a keyboard paired to it, which makes no sense. So feels bad, but yeah, that's my point.
Did you see that Dine Audio soundbar thing?
Yeah, with the freaking grill fans opening up and stuff.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's
It's
kind of
kind of
cool.
interesting.
They made a remote for it.
I know, I saw that. That's pretty slick. I'm not sure about the mechanics of it or durability per se, but that's very moment.
It's the backside. It's
It is nice, and then the chocolate top bar is, I guess, the screen, right?
Yeah.
With all the antennae in it, so it's not blocked. Fantastic design. I don't know how durable it is, but
Yeah, but B&O can
that
if this company can make it, B&O can make something similar but better, right?
but way better. Yes.
to the point where there's like no color difference between this ring and the other aluminium or whatever.
Maybe that's their design. Maybe the ring is steel instead of
Yeah.
alloy.
God, who knows? But like, surely something must be possible. Like, I think we need a new remote at this point.
Oh, 100%.
Look, if 18s are leaving, right, we absolutely need a new remote. Because the remote has been around for longer than the 18s, I think.
Remote's been around since first Avant. That's when it was introduced. It was 2012 or 13.
Oh, yeah, so same time as the 18s.
Yeah.
So, like, give us a new remote. Like, a new insert isn't new.
Yeah, because the transitional period was the BeoVision with the joystick pad, right? Which was
Yeah.
a terrible idea because that just got broken. Fuck off. I hated that remote. I hated that remote. But it had all the commands that the Beo Remote 1, well, not all, but most of them that Beo Remote 1 had. And then the Beo Remote 1 took over, which when I first started using it, every time I tried to mute, I turned off the system because your hand goes directly into the middle for, your volume buttons. So that took a while to get used to. But I never really, like, I like the remote, but I think that if they just didn't miss the boat on backlighting that entire panel, or I mean the keypad. If they just did that, it would have still be a relevant remote control, in my opinion.
John went to Peter Tyson's channel. Peter Tyson, the audio group in the UK. He makes, I don't know, 2 videos a week, something like that.
Yeah, he's still around, but just not B&O-ish around.
Well, every so often it's B&O.
Yeah.
But I mean, they do literally
Everything.
And B&O is a bit of it, but it's like 10% maybe of their business, if not less.
Mm-hmm.
But they do everything from Technics to like the Din Audio and like the Marantz and Bowers and Wilkins, and God, he's shown some setups that were like 90s money easily.
Yeah, there is. Like I said, we've beaten that topic to the ground a few times in this podcast when it comes to the third-party setups and stack audio and racks and stacks and cables and wires and preamps and.
I mean, it seems
filters
like
and
other
shit.
brands are also going to active speakers more and more. Only like
Because
20,
it just makes sense, man.
yeah,
Then you
only
have a
like 20
complete
years
control.
late, but
More than that, I would say. More than that, 20. When did I guess the Penta 2s were the first actual active speaker,
was
right?
it
When
88?
I think so. So yeah, they're 27 years too late to the party. And
88
B&O's
was
been
longer
doing
than
it
that.
37
years
years.
ago was 1998.
37 years. I was trying to make myself younger. So yeah, they've been around. They've been missing for a while. But it just makes sense because if now with the board designs and DSPs, like you can make your own stuff very quickly.
I mean, this Din Audio soundbar is enormous. It's like 73
Yeah, it's huge.
inches wide.
Jesus Christ.
So
it's bigger than the theater then.
Yes. It's made for 77-inch screens and above.
Christ. That's a lot.
I mean, it is kind of interesting that these like lamella open and shut, and they tell you if it's like narrow or wide or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's massive, but in many ways, I see this like, especially in the American enormous houses that are fully designed by a person. I see like these interior designers picking something like this quicker than a lot of standing speakers, right?
Oh, 100%. It's the same elegance, more or less, I guess, that the theater does, but this is just a little too obtuse. There's no organic feel to it. Like it's cool, but to me, it looks like something that would just produce heat.
Yeah, it looks a bit like a radiator. But I guess if you live in Florida, you don't know what a radiator looks like because, like, you don't have them.
Yeah, they don't exist.
But you
But
can
yeah,
buy
that's
you can buy it with the stand like this. So I mean, in terms of like just plopping it down somewhere, it's a sort of all-in-one that's not too offensive for like your interior designer that somehow chooses what you have in your house.
I just don't understand that people make money off of that nonsense.
Same, like it's your house. Like, why don't you decide what's in it? But apparently, this is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, for reference, right? Like,
Tabernacle, that's fucking huge, dude.
I mean, even if he's fairly small, that's it's pretty big.
Yeah, dude. That's a massive screen. Or a massive screen, massive soundbar.
Yeah.
Too much, too much, too much, too much. And it's not on a motorized stand or nothing, right? It just sits on this block of marble or whatever that you have to drag across your house to put it on. Or is that part of it?
That's part of it. Like, it can be part of it.
Is it a subwoofer then?
No, it's just a stand. I think there's a motor in it to swivel it. Not 100% sure on that.
Interesting.
But I think you can like do the on-axis rotation with it.
30. That's cool. If it does it.
I mean, you still end up with a sort of dual remote system, right? Like, and depending on
Why?
which, well, you need, well, the EARC sort of works, but if you want to change a bunch of settings, you need the remote for the soundbar. It's not B&O in that sense.
Mm.
I mean, I guess the theater kind of is because you need your phone all the time, but B&O was kind of more integrated. Ed asks,
Speaking of
where can I get one of those devices that are used to calibrate the screen on a BeoVision 12? Are there still any around anywhere? Ask your dealer. If your like those are the last places they're probably around, or maybe eBay.
I don't even think that we have this in the shop, man. That's so long time gone ago.
Yeah, but people
And it
still
was
like
not
trade them
cheap.
in
Yeah.
on occasion, right? So
And that wasn't cheap. I think that was like a $900 camera because it's a camera that you hooks up USB into the back of the BeoSystem 4 and you strap it to a specific place on the screen and then the fucking thing runs. You have to actually preheat the screen, which does these little like all the colors ants, not just black and white ants. It does all the colored ants in bars. It rolls up. I actually have that as an avatar on my PayPal account still. What that screen image looks like. So, and then once the screen is ready, it'll let you know, and then you can do the calibration. But I really, really think that you have to have a service tool hooked up to a either the network port of the, I don't remember if there's a service on the BeoSystem 4 or whatever the fuck you're hooking up to. If you're hooking it up to the BeoSystem 3, you do not need the calibration camera. If you have a BeoSystem 4, that's the only place that will work. So that is it's a process. It's definitely a process. It's an experience. But you will have a necessity for somebody with a laptop that has a service tool installed on it. I'm more than 100% sure. I don't have the service tool on this computer installed, but on my
try the
laptop I do.
flagship store in London and see what answer you get. Because that's B&O owned, right? And they'd probably go, "What
The fuck are you talking about?" And then
because
you would
it's
need a
legacy,
USB.
right?
Yes, and you would need a USB to a RG45 RS232 converter cable. Which I'll show you.
Oh, this old tech is so painful sometimes.
Oh man, we did the setup of a BeoVision 7 the other day, and it was like, oh my god, this used to be so much fucking pain. I don't remember it like that, but yes, it is.
Well, the RS32 ports were fairly common back then, or at least more common than they are now.
This is my antique Willie's antiques update bag. So in here, I wonder if I can tilt this down. Move the keyboard off. So in here we have this is the cable that I actually took from Denmark because my broken. This was in the bin of what they were going to recycle in 2016. This is just a power cable, so I can power cycle stuff on and off. This is another. I don't know if anybody even recognizes what that is, but this is a Masterlink cable tester. I'm sure the only one that can enjoy that view is
Steve.
Mr. Steve. There is the receiving end on it, so it just goes in and out. And then you have these unicorn cables, which is this is an update cable that comes from this. It connects this. It connects to this is the AV side, so it goes AV, and then this goes into the RS-232 to USB, and then this goes to your laptop. And this blue shit here blinks, so you know it's talking. And this goes to the ML port of the System 3, whatever. And then you do a POC table update, software update, or whatever. So this is what the old TVs required, not just like you just go on the website now or server and download it, and that's that. And then this is the readout tool and POC tool for Lap 5s, BeoVision 8, BeoVision 1032, 1040. Yes, they had let's do a POC C2 that they came around. So there's that. Then this is a USB C to the mini USB, right? This is for updating the BeoLab transmitter back to when it had the software on it. So there's that. And then we have more pouches. I have the backup. Here, can I even lower it? No. I have the backup RS-232 guy. This is a Bluetooth dongle. Can you see it there?
Yeah.
This is the Bluetooth dongle that. Yeah, I guess you can see it right there. This is the Bluetooth dongle that were first used to update BeoRemote 1's Bluetooth. One more backup. This one's bad, actually. And then this is a cable to update BeoSystem 1, which is going to a regular printer cable, right?
Yeah, USB A to B.
USB A to B. And then this is the cable that you need, my friend, which is a RJ45 to USB RS-232 converter. And that's what plugs into the System 3, I think. I know it's for the 1817s and whatnot. So that is another one you need. And then what else do I have here? Oh, I have a couple RG45 and an ML tester. And so I can do testing the master links. And I'm sure this is a very sought after tool, which is the BeoSix update remote, service remote, right? So it's got extra power supply that goes into it. So it wakes up. So it doesn't, or it does wake up actually. Yeah, I got my power supply there. There we go. So that's this is worth nothing, but it's also priceless in the same time. Because
you
all
can't ever
these
find
tools,
that again.
you will never find this like this meter here. Like fucking good luck, right? Let's see. Just for the shits and giggles, it should work still. I don't even remember what year I changed. I think I changed the batteries in it about 15 years ago, maybe. Yeah, it still works.
Yeah, it's all good.
So it's all good. Everything's fine.
Sweet.
So there we go. So that's what you need for doing it right, I guess, with BNO on the older things. And I think the most important is the power cord, because if you are, let's say you're doing a 740 or something that is on the floor stand, it's a pain in the ass to go behind and plug it and unplug it, because usually, or if it's on the wall bracket, then you're fucked because it's somewhere else and whatever. So this is better just to plug your own power supply and go in and out to power cycle between the updates and so on. But yeah, you need that. You need some of these cables to fix whatever you're doing or do what you're doing.
Yeah, we complain about tech today sometimes, but in terms of like the basics of getting software and stuff, it's so much better than it used to be. I mean, I still
You
remember.
don't have, you know what? You honestly, I had lost the appreciation for the older stuff till about 2-3 weeks ago. Me and Etienne went to do an installation of a move. We moved the guy with the 740 and two 6000s, and then we did one that was months and months ago. That same thing, 732, no 740. It was 740 with two pairs of speakers and a sub. And just the set, I think it was a fucking European TV, man. So it was just a nightmare. It was absolute nightmare. And these old things, like, it's, there's a lot of connections to it. It's not as easy because it's not ARC. It's there's a lot of finesse to it, a lot of finesse. So
I mean, I
it's
still
interesting.
remember like my BV1046, right? It always worked. But if you bought a new DVD player, that meant your dealer had to come to your house to upload the correct puck for the new DVD player.
That's right.
Or like you
So you
got
might
a
as
new
well just
Apple TV. Like it's like, and nothing worked over HDMI. It was just a signal transmitter, right? There was no CEC. It was all puck because that's the only thing that worked.
well, that's what it was back then. CC wasn't even a fucking word back then, right?
Yeah, it's
Like the puck tool goes back what? How many years? Decades. Because it goes
yeah,
back to like AV 9000 system from 1994.
yeah.
The first Dolby based platform, right? With a pre
Yeah,
BeoLab 10 speaker
I mean,
in
we
the
had
center.
puck on our, was it a Van 32, I think. So,
Yes. Yeah, there was a puck on there because you have, and that's what you use that USB to A to B cable to update it.
I mean, it's Biosystem 1, so it's all the shit.
Yeah, no, that was a box. Holy fuck. That was a box the size of a small wine fridge or a crate of apples.
Yeah, it was only like 80 kilos or something like that.
No, it wasn't that bad. No, the BeoSystem 3 was not that bad because I remember carrying
No,
it
the
around.
Avant 32.
Oh, fuck me. That was insane, man. That was insane weight. But the System 1 was about, I think, 18 kilos, give or take. So, but yeah, you need a lot of these. Like, that's why like, as sad as it is, B&O had, like, this cable comes from factory at B&O from 2016 when I took them out of the bin because they were throwing all this shit away. So that's I'm not saying it's an impossible task, Ed. It's
Just a needle in a haystack.
just a needle in a haystack. I think I don't know. I'd have to. This is a video call. I guess I would have to do with my mom to see if she can rummage through my shit in the basement because I remember at some point because I did that calibration, so I might have that camera. I might have that system. I would be surprised and shocked if I didn't, but I will look because if I do have it, then we can figure something out to make it work.
Look, I would say, like,
But is it
since
worth
you're
it?
in a different country, right? Like, shoot an email to like your local dealers first.
Yeah.
Because if any one of them is clever, right? Like, you keep one of these things and they'll lend it to you. Like,
So
I my Dutch dealer is one of these guys that has one of everything that was ever made generally, right?
mhm.
Like he has like probably most of those cables you have, but it's because like he even keeps an old, like, I think Vista laptop or something to update all this because like
that's
like, and it's hanging together with duct tape and whatnot because it's been everywhere, but it's like it still works. And like, God, I think just before I left, right, like 2 years ago, he had a customer with a faulty screen on a 755 that wanted the screen replaced because he wasn't bothered with any of the new stuff.
mhm.
And I mean, him being him, right? Like he keeps a bunch of this shit, like just in case. So this is why I should say, like, try your local dealers. They may be one. They may have one and want to lend it to you. I doubt you can buy it almost anywhere because the people that have
No, you
it
can't.
probably want to use it at some point or have customers that.
I'm looking at the service tool right now to see if the BB12 actually requires a service tool to do that. Fucking crashed. To do that or not, if you can just do the calibration through the menu 0 go.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Let me just, I'll confirm for you right now, bro. I have access to this BeoVision 12. And it's for BeoSystem 4, right? Because there's two, System 3 and System 4. Oh, I cancel. Okay. Let's see. Pam, 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 pam. Okay, there we go. BeoVision 12 software, DSP test. So DSP software update. No, you do it from. So you're lucky that you don't need the service tool. You need that bloody camera nonsense, and plug it into the USB of the BeoVision 12, or put it on the BeoVision 12 and then plug it into the back USB um, of the BeoSystem 4.
Yeah,
If
you
you
just
don't
need to
have a
find the
BeoSystem 4,
camera.
yeah. If it's not a BeoSystem 4, then just I would go menu, like in the options. Yeah, go menu options 00 go, and then go to monitor, and then enter the panel information, which are those. I think there are 5 different code values that you have on the back of the BeoVision 12 panel on a green sticker, as they used to come.
If the
And it
sticker's
says,
still on there.
if the sticker is still on there, otherwise you're fucked. But I had found that if the sticker peels off, that if under a proper light and magnification, you can see the etching goes in, so you can still kind of sort of read it, but that's it. So that's all that we have for today, folks.
Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you next week still. I'll still be
Next
here,
week,
but,
and then that's it. All right.
And have a good one. Love you long time, and goodbye and all that.
Bye.
Bye.